You're watching Every Day's a Saturday, USCC veteran. Let's go, baby. And here's your host, Bryan. What's going on, friends and family? Thank you guys so much for joining me on another great day and another great episode. You're watching Coffee Talk with Bryan. Today, we're going to be talking about part 2 of Stories of Resilience. This is another Army veteran. His name is Bryan Big Country Conwell, and you guys are going to hear all about his great story. But before we do, you know what? What you guys got in your cup? Let's go ahead and brew us up some coffee. All right, all right. What do you guys got in your cup today? Today I'm switching it up. I'm all out of cash coffee. But you know what? When I'm not drinking some cash coffee, this is always my go-to coffee. It's Don Francisco's coffee. A little 100% Arabica. Yeah, don't ask me to be a translator. That's not my forte for sure. I flunked Spanish. So vanilla nut, really good flavor. And I usually use Coffee Mate. Like to, add a little bit of some sugar to it to, beefy it up a little bit. I know some of you guys out there like to drink your coffee nice and black. Good for you. Haven't reached that level yet. I am coming down the curve on the Coffee Mates. like me some French vanilla usually, or the caramel kind. Forgot the other one, but I'm not too bad. I used to absolutely hate coffee. I don't know if I've ever said that before, but coffee really wasn't something I liked, but I definitely have acquired a taste for it now. And damn, I really like to have my cup of coffee in the morning or two. These aren't really considered a cup though, so it's more than a cup. It's my cup, right? It's my size cup. All right. Well, guys, I hope you guys got to check out the last story of resilience. That was with Scotty Hastings, who he has an amazing story himself, got shot 10 times while serving in Afghanistan. And after that, took on archery, became, one of the Paralympics for the Army team there. And he also is an amazing musician nowadays. Our next guest, like I'm having him on the show again. Wish I would. But our next guy that we're going to be talking about here is Big Sergeant Bryan Conwell, and they call him Big Sgt Country. I'm all messed up. I got to drink more of my coffee and eat some more crayons, apparently. But I'm excited to have this story. He's doing some amazing things, trying to be a para-athlete. He's working out really hard. You guys will see this fool is just beast mode out. Has an amazing story. Just, Bryan's one of those guys, you put him in front of something, he's going to knock it down, or he's, put him in front of a mountain, he's going to climb that mountain. The dude has an amazing story, and you guys are going to see that. But before we get to it, let's talk about what resilience is.
Resilience. It involves mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility and adjustment to external and internal demands. Resilience can be seen in various forms, such as physical, mental, emotional, and social resilience. It is not just about bouncing back from setbacks, but also about using healthy coping skills to handle difficulties in ways that foster strength and growth.
All right, so that's the big, dictionary term. But, the way I look at it is a lot of us veterans, we're taught how to adapt and overcome. And that's because, we get put in a lot of uncomfortable situations, most situations that a lot of us wouldn't experience on a day-to-day. So just like I did for Scotty, made a little bit of a clip for Big Country, and we're going to go ahead and play that clip right now. I hope you guys enjoy, and when we come back, we'll do a little bit more talk, kind of see where he's at today. As I was going through, I found a news clipping about him, so we'll go ahead and play that news clipping, but here's the video I made about him.
Story of resilience is with Army veteran and para-athlete Bryan's Big Country, Conwell. He was on the show for season 2, interview 51.
Decided to join the military in 2006. Was going to join right after high school, but my girlfriend at the time didn't want anything to do with the military, so we kind of postponed that for a little bit. But we left for basic training in 06. First active duty station was Grafenberg, Germany, 57 Signal Company, 172nd Infantry Brigade. Had a blast, got to travel Europe, got to see a lot of amazing things. Deployed to Iraq with the 57 Sig Company. Was pretty much the only generator mechanic in the brigade that knew what he was doing. So I got to do a lot of traveling, a lot of work with multiple different people. Went to Fort Lee, Virginia for about 18 months. Went to WLC at Fort Bragg. That's where my career really took off. We fast-paced into an NCO. Then went to Fort Riley. Enjoyed our time out there until one afternoon I was going to get my guys some lunch and hit black ice and ran off a 150-foot ravine on Trooper Drive. We shattered both my legs. They took the left one above the knee, of course. The right one between the kneecap and the ankles, 30 screws, 4 plates, and a 10-inch rod. The KU Med used to put my leg back together. I can't feel my right foot, so I can't really use my toes to balance like a normal person can. That's why if you ever seen any pictures or videos of me, I have this big brace on my right side. Helps with the kinetic energy, so it doesn't cause me as much pain and keeps me stable. My military career, man, was pretty awesome. I miss it. Miss the camaraderie, man. Miss all my brothers and sisters in arms. They call the National Veteran Wheelchair Games through the VA. This coming up here will be my 4th year competing in the games, which it's awesome, man, because you get around a bunch of other vets with disabilities and stuff, and you learn a lot from other people, and that camaraderie is still there too.
That's great. At what point, how long was it before you were actually able to get out of the bed and start actually, I mean, obviously you started off probably in a wheelchair and weren't right on, walking right away. So, how was that transition?
Well, I mean, most of it there for a little while was in a wheelchair. The truck that I had at that moment in time, actually, it looked like a cherry picker that you pick an engine up out of a car with. I had a little strap around my wheelchair and a remote control inside my truck. I could actually move that arm over and actually pick my wheelchair up and stick it in the back of the truck. So, I mean, I was able to get out a little bit, but I was still in the wheelchair, try to get out of the house, try to get out and get some fresh air or something like that. And eventually I made it to crutches but the pressure and stuff on my back and the crutches up underneath your arms and stuff like that.
You raw, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it's, man, you just kind of dealt with things at the moment in time. And then, came 2018, I met someone and got attached and got pretty much used again. They seen somebody that they were able to kind of feed off of for a little bit, and they took what they needed to take, and in 2020 they took off, and I went into another deep depression.
Man.
Working out releases serotonin levels in your brain, makes you feel good.
Right.
There are, of course, multiple different things, a handshake, a hug, for your significant other, working out and stuff like that. I feel good about myself. By the time I walk out of that gym soaking wet from sweating my ass off for a couple of hours, I feel good, and I love that feeling. You know, I like being able to come home and see how my wife looks at me when I walk through the door.
Right.
It's addicting, man. You know, but it's a good addiction. You know, I'd rather be addicted to lifting weights and being in shape than I had something else. I still feel pretty young, man. I don't plan on quitting this anytime soon. You know, and being able to help other people with disabilities on top of it has been a really awesome feeling. There's a guy named Jamal that I met at Planet Fitness in Charlotte. He's in a wheelchair, and he was going through some bad times. I actually stuck a picture of him up on my media sites here recently, and I was actually been able to work with him and stuff, and actually helped him get on to the Rolling Hornets. There's actually a professional wheelchair league out there for basketball, and he's high on life right now.
Oh, that's great, bro.
You know, and to show other people that, you know, it's up to you if you're gonna make it or not. You can talk to people, you can go see your psychiatrist, your therapist, you know, people can give you the tools, but ultimately in the end, it's up to you to use it. If you're not going to put the pieces that you're given into play, then you're not going to get better. You're not going to make it. You know, if you're going to sit there and you go to bed at 8 o'clock in the morning and sleep till 1 o'clock the next afternoon, what are you accomplishing? Dude, I'm up at 3 a.m. every single day. Every day. Up, get coffee ready for my wife, start eating my meals, and get myself ready for the day. And some people get mad at me for saying that, man. Oh, well, you know, the VA this and the VA that. Then I start asking questions. Did your paperwork done? Did you make your appointments? Are you making your appointments? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Oh, no. You got to fix yourself, dude.
A lot of time too, you know, you could sit there and use your disabilities and as excuses not to do things, but it looks like for you, you're like, nah, bullshit. Tell me I can't do something, and I'm gonna make it happen, right? You
know, everybody's got haters, you know, but I like it when my haters come up and they're just like, oh, dude, you're just showing off, man. You're just using your disabilities to get attention and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? You're right. You know why? Because I overcame something that apparently you couldn't walk a day to my shoes. So yeah, I mean, of course I use my disabilities, but I use it to show people that it doesn't matter what's put in front of you. If you work hard and you believe in yourself, you can accomplish what you set out to.
All right. Well, I told you guys, Bryan has an amazing story. He really does. And something that really resonates with me, that's something he said kind of towards the end there, was I can give you tools for your toolbox. I can give you as many tools as, you know, I have. But it's up to the person that you give the tools to for them to use the tools that you're given, right? It's up to us. It's up to us to do a lot of these things that I think we always rely on others, like for happiness and things like that, or, you know, people to feel sorry for us. I don't know, but, you know, Bryan, Scotty, both have amazing stories that you guys can see right there. We're going to come right back. We're going to hear more about Sgt Big Country, Bryan Conwell, and hear about kind of what he's up to today. As February 6th, they just had a release on the newspaper with some pretty cool information. So I'll go ahead and share that with you guys. Before we do, we're going to take a quick break and show some love to one of our fellow veterans out there.
Join us for Hero Stock, a special event dedicated to honoring our veterans and first responders. Experience a day filled with incredible live music performed by those who served and protected our communities. Connect with our nonprofits dedicated to helping our heroes thrive. Discover the services available to support our veterans and first responders in their journey. Bring the whole family. Kids will love the fun activities designed just for them. Reconnect with your community and celebrate the courage and sacrifice of our heroes at Hero Stock. Join us for a day of music, support, and togetherness. Check us out today on www.herostock.org.
All right. Guys, Hero Stock this year for 2025, it's going to be in Ashland, Nebraska on August 23rd and 24th. You're not going to want to miss it. Try to go get yourself tickets now to, flights and all that stuff if you don't live in Nebraska. Nebraska's pretty centralized for everybody, so you should be able to get yourself there, no problems. I've made it from California. I like to say that. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get caught up with what's currently going on with Big Sgt Country. And give me 1 second so I can pull up this. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read it because a lot of you guys might be listening on the audio side. So let me make sure I got this all good. Okay, cool. All right. Oh boy, here we go. Don't let your disabilities control your life. Veteran Bryan Conwell promotes resilience with his documentary and nonprofit. That's great. Just what we're talking about, resilience, right? The documentary coming to Hulu, Roku, and Amazon Prime this year will tell Conwell's story from his childhood to his current life. Talk about overcoming PTSD and the challenges of being newly disabled and highlight a message of resilience and determination, he said. In 2014, Bryan Conwell, also known by his military name, Sgt Big Country, said he left a base at Fort Riley in Kansas to get his men some lunch. Along the way, he hit a patch of black ice, running his car off the road and down a steep ravine in an accident that cost him his left leg. It was a bad place to be, the Gaston County man said, sitting on the couch, believing he would never be able to walk again, losing his health to sedentary lifestyle and feeling sorry for himself. In 2020, Conwell's life changed as he started working to qualify for the shot put competition in 2024 Paralympics. When the time came to compete, Conwell said he fell just 2 centimeters short of qualifying throw. While he may not have had the chance to compete in the 2024 games, the loss won't stop him from trying to qualify for the 2028 Paralympic Games. In the meantime, he has a host of other plans to keep him busy, including a nonprofit and premiere party for The Rise of Sgt Big Country, a new documentary that tells his story of his life. Over time, Conwell found that he could still walk. He started working out, participating in sports competitions for players with disabilities, and vlogging about his journey on TikTok, where he still shares his workouts and videos with words of wisdom, he said. On TikTok, Conwell also connected with his now wife, Elizabeth. In summary, he said his message is best summarized: don't let your disabilities control your life or keep you from living your best life. Conwell added that anybody who digs deep and works hard can turn their disability into superpowers. The documentary coming to Hulu, Roku, and Amazon Prime this year will tell Conwell's story from his childhood to his current life, talk about overcoming PTSD, and this is like a total duplicate here. All right. Sheesh. Okay, well, I think that's about it of that story. Looks like it's kind of a dupe. All right, guys. So as you can see, that's pretty cool. He has a documentary coming out. You guys are going to have to be checking that out on Hulu, Netflix. How exciting for him to have his story being out told. Go give him a follow on Facebook, TikTok, all the social medias. Doesn't cost a thing. You guys can follow and hear his inspiring, he is a big advocate for, disabled veterans. And he's doing a lot of great things in that community as well. So, like I said, go give them a follow, go give them some love. Doesn't cost a thing. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's story of resilience. And the next one is going to be another great one by a United States Marine veteran. You guys aren't going to want to miss that one either. I hope you guys are having an amazing day out there. Let me tell you, 2025 has been a hell of a roller coaster for me so far. I'm still staying on my journey on trying to be healthy. I'm proud to say that I'm down about 40 pounds since November. So I'm just working really hard. So anybody out there, don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on yourself. Keep pushing yourself hard. You guys, we have the ability to be the most powerful people in the world, or not. It's what you choose. And sometimes, we have put ourselves in a bad place that we don't need to be there. And sometimes that's our own doing, and we can get ourselves out of there. Reach out. There's always a crisis lifeline, guys. Don't forget your veteran 988, press 1. If you're not a veteran, you can still call 988. Just let it go through and go through the prompts. I'm not quite sure. You guys can subscribe to YouTube at EDAS dash USMC veteran. And if you guys need to email me, you can email me anytime. Every day is a Saturday, 365 at yahoo.com. I definitely need to get myself out of here. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Don't let the day kick your ass. Make sure you're out there kicking it. Until next time, most of you guys.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.